Good evening, everybody. This is Joanne Oswald. I am so very sorry. We've been having some technical issues, and we've tried with Coach Livi to get her on, and for some reason, we weren't successful. So I've just come on here ahead, and I'm waiting now for her to join me. And I'm just going to check in with her to see if she can see me, and then I will admit her. Okay, come on in, I'm telling her. Hopefully this is working, I don't know. If anybody can see or hear me, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a 1. And it's not working. I don't understand why. I have no idea why it's not working. Oh, yes, there it is. So we are live. And I will wait for Coach Livi to pop on now. There she is. She's coming on now. Oh, wow. Maybe we're on a roll. This is going to work. Yeah, isn't it funny? Technology. And when you're as green as I am, it doesn't always work. So I apologize, and I welcome everyone who has been waiting for us patiently. Thank you so much for joining us. I would like to introduce my guest tonight. Her name is Coach Livi Anderson. She is a social media coach, and her and I connected through a mutual friend approximately the end of August, beginning of September, and I have been following her faithfully ever since. I think the very first time she met me, she must have thought, what a weirdo I am, and this woman, what's she doing here, because she doesn't know a darn thing. Anyway, to make a long story short, I have been so impressed with her. She goes beyond and gives more than what she says she's going to give. And I'm very impressed by that. She's like me. That's what I do. I go farther than what I need to go sometimes, but that's beside the point. Anyway, Libby's had quite the life. She has 4 children. She was married, is divorced now, and has worked herself up to being where she is today. And I have to say, boy, does that take courage, determination, persistence, consistency, and faith. So, without any further ado, I am going to turn it over to Livy and let her start to tell you a little bit about herself wherever she would like to start. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you so much, Joanne. You are not a weirdo. I was like, oh no. No, the first thing I thought was, wow, I am surprised. Most people make excuses on why they don't know how to operate on social media or they don't have time. Despite, what you were going through at that time, the transition point, you made time to learn social media. You made time to learn how to live stream. You made time to learn Instagram. So I was very impressed with you as well. And your tenacity and that focus you have. So I was so impressed. So a little about me. I am a social media strategist, yes, a coach. I've been in business for about 6 years. Okay. And as you mentioned, I did work myself to this place. And I like to say that I worked myself up, but that I definitely had help. I'm a believer. So I believe that my journey has been one of increasing my faith in addition to increasing my net worth. It's been a really phenomenal journey for building movements, helping to really encourage and empower others, just really helping them to shift. All right, it's been phenomenal. So I am a certified professional life coach. I am a social media strategist. I have 140,000 Instagram followers. I have about 90,000 Facebook followers between 2 pages, and I produce through live streaming. I am live streaming now, and I'm actually coaching on live streaming as well to produce in my business and help others do the same. So I just love social media. I just got to put it in a nutshell. I love social media. I believe it's the great equalizer that anyone can decide with a mission and with a desire, a plan, can get on this platform, any platform, even despite the changes, and begin to really grow and meet real people. And that's really my heart, is to help people learn how to use social media.
When I started with Livi, it was strictly on Instagram. And
Yes.
all I knew is, yeah, there's Instagram, and you guess you just like or something, somebody make a little comment or post a picture. That's all you got to do. I didn't know and didn't understand. I've gone through 4 of her challenge. I'm in her 4th challenge now. I think it's only 4. I'm not sure. But anyway, the first one, now when I look back, was a write-off. So yeah, what her coaching and her sharing and her examples and her everything that she's done has increased. Even though I still don't have many followers, they follow, they go down, they go up, they go down. And I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? But she explained 2 days ago, because I asked about that. First, I didn't even know the difference between, I knew a post, but following or follower. And I'm going, holy smokes. That there's a language in Instagram. And I didn't know that either. And that what you do on Instagram isn't always the same as on Facebook. And I had only been learning to do Facebook Live. So it was kind of a shift over. But regardless, that's where it's at. So I have increased. And for me, I'm happy. Yes, I'd love to get up to that 1,000, but it hasn't happened by a long shot. But I'm persistent, as a lot of you who know me know I am. I'm going to push through till I make it somehow. So Coach Livi, what else would you like to say? Like, what would you like to share with them about what they could look forward to learning from you besides
Yes.
what I just said?
Yes, yes, yes. So we always want to celebrate our small wins. So some of the things that I've noticed with you, even Joanne, and how you dominated in terms of who you were before. Remember, I think that your only competition is always looking forward to becoming a better you every day. You have learned how to create posts on Instagram. You've learned how to create graphics on social media. You've learned how, to do a one-liner. You learned about hashtags. You've learned so much that's going into you being able to gather speaking engagements, being invited to speak with other phenomenal people who complement your industry, and what you do with your, I want to call it socks, but it's so much more than that. You really schooled
It's
me
a
on
technology.
life, technology, the different things that families can use to actually bless their children with more rest, and help people think more clearly. And there's so much that goes on with this product that you have, that you share it so well, but you've learned how to communicate this to the layman on social media, and that's really the core of making money. I tell people that to produce online, you have to learn how to connect with real people. You have to be human, right? Where areas before, this whole global shift, you could go into someone's business or institution or do trade shows, and you could share about the awesome technology and all that goes into it. You didn't have that same ability once everything shifted and changed this year. So you had to learn how to connect with real people, share the value of your products, and then actually get them into a space with you where they can decide to actually purchase, okay, to actually purchase things, to purchase, what they may need to help them. So you've learned how to really do need-based marketing, okay, and message-based marketing, meaning you market to the person's needs and desires, not so much what you're selling, but what they're going to get from what you're selling. And that's the benefit of marketing. That's the start of really marketing on social media. And so many people who are very gifted, talented, have great products, great services, don't know how to really communicate what it is that is the benefit for the person. I always say this, when I'm going to go to the store to get groceries, they're not selling me a box of noodles or a box of flour. Hey, buy this box of flour. No, no one, no, we're not doing that. They're saying, hey, look at this beautiful cake on my box that you can make. Advertising 101 is even in the grocery stores. You look at the finished products on these packages, but you still have to put work into actually doing it. Like your customers, you can show them the finished product of you dancing and going out with your husband and not having some of the things you dealt with in the beginning. So they don't care for the what. They just see the benefit of the what that you're selling. I think so many people are they're trying to sell their thing, but they're not selling the benefit. What is the benefit? What does this person need this for? Why do they need you? Right? What are they dealing with? What's their needs? And you're pinning that down. Quite a few people I train, Once they pin that down, they start to see more engagement, there's more excitement, they start to tap in on social media and they start to see more, views, more followers. I think one thing you said one day, I think it was maybe the third challenge or the second, I'm not sure, because you've been through 4 of them. I
Yes,
know somebody said, listen, Joanne is on every challenge. I said, yes, she is.
the third
And
one.
she's not playing, she's not joking, right? That you said this one day and it was so profound, um, that you met real people, that you went on Instagram and you actually started talking to real people and you were like, holy smokes, this works, right? You were really talking to real people on the platform. I said, that's the key. Once you learn how to really talk to real people, connect with real people and engage with real people, that's when you start sharing real value and real money. You're not selling a product anymore. You're now making a relationship. In every form of marketing, whether network marketing, whether service-based marketing, life coaching. I'm a coach, I'm a strategist, but
Mm,
consulting is all based on relationship. You learn how to establish relationship on Instagram, and through the live stream challenge you did with me in October, you did the live stream coaching. With
yep,
live streaming, you actually learn how to connect with people through the camera,
yep.
not just Instagram, which is one medium. Live streaming is another medium. And listen, I tell people, even with Instagram, if you truly think about it, you don't really see a lot of people live streaming on Instagram. You see them taking advantage of the rise of TikTok through Reels, okay?
Right, yeah.
REELs and REELS. So Reels are like the 15-second, come join me, have fun with me. That's the entertainment, catch their attention. Is taken over because literally, even live stream through Instagram is not done the same way. So live streaming is pretty much a Facebook, YouTube thing, but Instagram, instant message, 15-second bite, there it's like our minds are being conditioned on social media. And what I teach people is, okay, you're on social media, you're actually consuming the same way you want people to consume your product, but you're not making a connection. I help them make the connection from consumer of content to creator, and you have very much become a creator. Okay, you have very much become a creator in such a powerful way that now you're starting to see what happens when you get into create mode on social media. You've dominated that. You're doing so well with that. And I tell people, listen, no excuses. I always use you. I'm like, listen, look at Joanne. Look at Joanne. She's out here making connections, killing it on video, getting on people's stages. And I'm like, this is what it's all about. It's about showing up for yourself and for your business and for your legacy. So you're doing all of that very well.
Now I have to work on getting those reels going, get more notice. I'm just always a bit nervous. I've only done two or three, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that.
Well,
But
I've done one.
anyway, this is about you.
I've done one, and people are like, why don't you do more reels? I'm like, I don't know why. Maybe because I'm so busy helping you with your business. Maybe I should just stop helping you. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. But
Oh, I need your help. I need your help. So, how could they get a hold of you now? What would be their next step if they were interested to join you or to follow you on your challenges? Or what's coming up in the future? What are you looking at?
well,
To
my next
offer?
challenge, I'm in a challenge right now, Queen, and my next challenge is in the month of January. I'm doing the first 7 days, sort of a jump start to January in 2021. They can always go to my website, Coach Livi, Livi. So coachlivy.com is like, it's been my home away from home for years. I change it every like year or two. I change it up because I build my own websites as well. And I tell people that I really love the ability to create, my homes.
Mm,
So I create Instagram, right? I created, my Facebook profile, which I think, Quantum lead me this year into multiple six figures. But then my website is almost like, it's just my little baby over there. Like, hey, if they want to go through the website, it's there. I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but if you come through the website and you decide to, get into a challenge or, show up inside, one of my programs or invest into, promotion or, a funnel build or, you want some one-on-one, they can reach me on Coach Livy, but coachlivy.com. That's my website. But the best way to reach me is probably through a Facebook message. And I know it's bad because I shouldn't be in my messages so much, but I spend a lot of time in my messages. Like people can message me and I don't always look at them, or when I do look at them, I'm answering 4, 5, 6, 7 at a time. And I just keep on going, to make sure people don't feel like I'm missing out or not, and I'm not, not with
Right.
them. So I just definitely stay in create mode, constantly in create mode for sure.
That is really good. So is there anything else you would like to share, Coach, or what would you think?
Well, I
Any
think this has been a phenomenal,
Yeah, like you've explained what you do, because you also talk about Facebook lives as well. Like, I mean,
love
live
going
streaming.
live. Yes.
Yeah, and you do talk about that. Like, you're not just glued to one specific thing. You've given us a variety, and what am I looking for? The word. You've given us an in to looking at everything of a whole and
Yes.
giving us reasons why. And that I think is so very, very important. And I have truly appreciated everything you've done for me and for the others, I know for sure. And some are just taking off, which is awesome. And I wish them all the best. But I also wish you all the best, because you are set to continue on your journey. You've come from nothing to where you are, and that's phenomenal. Yes, you've had some good coaches to help you along the way, so you've shared with us, but that's what it's about, right? It's investing and it's learning, and for those that can afford to do those kinds of things, that's what's key, right?
Yes.
And
And so, I didn't share much about that, about where I started. I apologize.
no, you
I've
didn't.
gotten away from that. I've gotten away from that
That's
lately.
okay. But that I did a blurb on one of the ones for yesterday a little bit, and then I stopped, and then I thought, okay, maybe you're going to start there, but then you came in a little differently. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When they
You know,
join, they can find out if they want to know.
you know what? They can join, they can find out and come in one of my challenges. But I do want to share a little bit about why I do so much and why I'm always creating. I think that's a part of my passion is a lot of people they know because I'm not private. I'm not so secretive with my journey. Like I don't make things look perfect, and I'm very real and very open about my journey. I started off homeless with 4 children, in a shelter in the fall of 2012. My children and I kind of experienced our first taste of homelessness, and it was an up and down journey for years that truly didn't end until the top of the year, where many felt like they might have experienced a lot of losses because of the global shift. It was a lot of drawback. For me, it was a place where I was able to really find my center and really get at peace with being a mother of 4 children. My children are preteens now. I call them entrepreneur babies. So,
Yeah,
they know when I go live, they're quiet. People are like, oh, you have 4 kids? Because most times they don't even know. They don't
never.
talk.
You never know.
They've been around it for years. I've live streamed with them. I taken them to the park and done meetings, at the park. So I've been doing this for years as a single mom. And so to grow from having nothing to, my first, jump was with no money. I tell people that it doesn't matter how much money you have. I believe that's why I love social media. I believe that social media is the great equalizer. It's an open door for you to start from right where you are, no matter if you have nothing in the bank. You can get on social media, I'm not joking, with a mission and a voice and something that people really need in their life and want to hear. And you can build an entire movement based off your passions, based off the things you thought were hobbies. So I'm a writer. I started writing, and that's what really grew the movement is people started coming for the inspiring messages. And after 65,000 followers, I still wasn't making any money now, still sleeping on couches. And I thought, well, let me sell it. And no one would buy it, at 65,000 followers. It was insane. But I guess people didn't know, and even I didn't know because I tried to sell it, that it was a valuable source of leads. And so that community, and I've always seen it as a community. I don't see people as leads. I see them as people who actually desire to connect with me because something in me appealed to who they are. And I decided to pour that day in and day out. And I think at 65,000 followers, 2 in the morning, in February of 2015, that's 2 years later, I created my first product. And the homelessness didn't end for another year and a half after that. But I started producing income. I was living with family on and off. It didn't matter to me. What mattered is I never stopped showing up. I began to really encourage women. I began to coach women, and I was still sleeping on my ex-husband's couch. I tell people that I was coaching from the couch, and people didn't know because they didn't need to. I knew what I was bringing to the table. It's just that what you find and what I have a heart for is homelessness. It is difficult to climb out of that hole once you're in it. If people don't understand the obstacles to stability, you can't even get a bank account unless you have an address. If you don't have an address, how can you get a bank account that will tell the money where to go? So there's ways around that I've been able to help women who had nothing be able to get started and come from homelessness as well and shift into making money online, but also getting their life back that way, getting back into stability. Because homelessness it's like, it's more than just a state of being, it's a mindset that if you don't escape it quickly, well, it literally sits on you. And it sat on me for years, making 5,000 a month, but I was still in that up and down instability. So I tell people that I never stopped showing up for my purpose. I never stopped showing up for the woman that I was called to, but I had to go through a lot of growth. So yes, coaches. I didn't hire my first coach until 2 years in. So everything that I did in that first 2 years, I made $80,000 was by myself. I had nobody helping me to manage my finances. No one to tell me where to send the money to. So I really had a major growth curve coming into making multiple six figures a year, getting into the right mindset, the right stability. It took a very long time because it was like I was blazing a trail for women, whether homeless or whether you just lost
Yeah.
your job, or whether you're just a stay-at-home mom. You're like, oh my God, my husband lost his job. What do I do? I love working with women because I say, hey, you have children, you have a husband, you have a life you want to keep. There's a way to do it. You can do it through social media. And I bring that energy and I bring that openness, and it's really helped so many women to find their confidence, to get their life back together and really build. And now I'm helping, six-figure earners, and I help people who make a lot more money now be able to understand social media, because it's a skill for every income level to be able to go reach more people online. It's an equalizer for sure. And so thank you for opening that door. I didn't even talk about it because I didn't think about it, because I think I have finally left that season behind after 3 and 4 years. I think this year I finally left that season behind. So I stopped talking about it so much, but it's very much a part of my story that I'm so thankful
Well,
for.
that's what I think, and it was important to share because then they know, oh, you just didn't fall into it. You, you
No.
know what I mean? Because sometimes people think that, oh well, they're rich. I mean, that's what people think when you say six figure. That's not necessarily the case, and they don't know what it took to get there. That's the thing: the hard work, the dedication, the commitment. And can you imagine trying to be a coach and from a couch? That used to just, I worry about what I look like just being here in my little corner here before our storage room. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, but that's the thing. And I'm going, and you've done awesome. So if there isn't anything else, I would like to thank you so much for your time. It has been an honor and a pleasure to have you with me and to share everything. And I urge anybody who is looking at learning more about social media, who needs those extra pushes, tips, tidbits, whatever you'd like to call it, connect with Coach Livi. Go to her website or message her. And I do a lot of that, and it's worked out fine. At first, I was very nervous, but she's a person. That's what I loved about it. She was reachable. So thank you, Coach Livi. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I enjoyed this. Thank you, Joanne. This was fun. I appreciate it.
It was. Thank you. Okay.